Hey there, YouTubers, DRZ400sm here. It is now December, mid-December, almost Christmas actually. It's like the 19th today, 18th. Today we're working on the DRZ400sm 2017, if you care. We are replacing what I've just broke last week, the tail light. So I didn't, oops, don't worry about that. So I didn't break the tail light, it still works. All these LEDs power up. The plate light works, the brakes work, all that. But I broke the lens, and that is because this hit the tire when it was longer. Hit the tire, bent this bracket. As you can still see, it's still bent. I'm gonna have to bend it back. Bent that bracket and sent it, I guess, into here and broke this light out. Broke the lens off. I emailed the company that I got this on Amazon. The whole setup was like $34 or $29 back when I got it. It's $34 now. But that comes with blacked out blinkers, blackout light, and this mount for the plate, which I have mounted my plate flipper on, which this version works pretty damn good. Anyway, so I went back to Amazon to see if I could just buy the light. Couldn't buy it from them. They were actually out of the black, smoked out. They had red or clear. So these ones, this one, I bought two of them because they were all of $11. This is the company, Quasco. It's Chinese. I wrote that on there just so I could remember to tell you guys. If you just Amazon the Quasco ATV dirt bike light, something like that, it'll come up. And like I said, I got two of them because they're $11, and I just figured, why not? I'm gonna either break one or it's $11 whole, so who cares? So the cool thing about these ones is they have an integrated tail light or blinkers now, which is what I wanted out of this because I don't like those. I keep hitting my feet on them, as you can see with all the shit on it. So it is a direct replacement. But it now has the turn signals in it, which is pretty sweet. I just measured, before I ordered them, I measured stud to stud to make sure they were the same. And it's going to be exactly the same. Smoked out also, has a plate light. Very light. And it has the same thing that the last one had, this open. I caulked this on the one that I just broke here. Same thing with the turn signals. They're open stud in the end. And I caulked in there. So I'm taking apart my bike right now. I gotta take basically everything off of here to get to these wires so I can see them and use the Tycon connectors, these that I love. The what's it called to splice it in? The shrink heat shrink, kind of. Silver solder things. I've showed them in a previous video, probably in the one installing these, but I'll take all this shit off of here. I think I'm gonna have to take the rack off and the plastics off just so I can get to the plug and the seat and all that shit. So half the bike's got to come apart, but don't break your taillight and you won't have to do this. So I will show the wiring again, what plugs into what. I will double check that left is left, right is right. Then I'll solder it all together with those connectors, and I'll show you that. So stay tuned. All right, guys, I got this rat's nest of a previous owner's work out. Got my seat and back rack over there. I'm keeping the fender on because I forgot I added a bunch of wire because he snipped it all the way up here on the bike side, which is a stupid thing to do. Don't do that. Just always snip it on the lights side because they're replaceable. The bike is not. Well, it is, but for a price. So first problem, not really problem, that you're going to run into, but the big question I had is there's only one ground for this whole light. So that black one is ground. There's plate light, running light, brake light, and then the two blinkers. So each one of these lights has a ground and a power. Ground is constant, and then when you activate your switch, it'll send a hot signal. So all these grounds here are gonna have to run through this one ground because they grounded all these lights inside the housing, assuming that's the only way this could work. So I'm going to take the grounds from everything here and this ground, snip them off, find one of these connectors that will fit 4 wires, 2 on each side, and then I'll wire those together. And then I think on my other video I called out what these were. I don't remember exactly. I know I used the black as ground, the red is hot. I'm assuming the green is the plate light running light, but I gotta check on that. I'll go watch that other video real quick. And I think the same thing for these. The green is hot, or green is ground for like a home. This is for home use because I didn't have any black, small black wire. Red is hot, and same thing over here. Green ground, red is hot. So if that's all correct, I should have this done in like 25 minutes. I should test them all, but I'm feeling quite lazy right now. So I don't know. I probably will end up testing them just to be sure. But I took pictures of everything too, just so I could, if I cut off too much and the color's gone, I know which one is which. So let's get to wiring. All right, guys. I think I wired everything up. This is the maiden try of the integrated turn signals. So you'll be the first ones to see. Running light is on and plate light. Let's see if my brake lights work. And then we will moment of truth on the blinkers. I'm gonna go right. Hey! And left. There we go, baby. Alrighty. So my wiring worked. Surprise, surprise. I'm not a really electrical guy when it comes to wires. So the hardest one to do was this, the grounds. I had to jam 2 in each. So these are the 2 blinkers. This is the bike, and this is the light. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to tuck that up out of the way so it doesn't look so ugly. I kind of actually want to increase the blink speed while I'm under here. I might as well do that. But yeah, I will put the bike back together. This cleans it up a lot. I never liked those ugly looking turn signals, and a TST is like $200 something. So yeah, you're never catching me buying one of those. But sweet. I'm gonna button it up and I'll get right back. All right, guys, it's all buttoned up here. If you want the wiring colors, you can go to my other, my original DRZ fender eliminator install. It was probably 6 months ago. Go to the 8-minute mark. But the main for the light is the gray is for the green, which is the plate light. The red is for the white, which is the brake light, running light. And then the striped one is the ground. So it's all buttoned up. I put my plate flipper on there. You can see my plate is currently flipped. I also got these new really nice, I think Chris makes them. The company is called Chris. Made in the US. They are the reflectors, plate reflectors. But I need a better way to flip it open when it's up. It's easy to flip up, which I guess is what you care about, but that's beside the point. So we're gonna look at it around here. Looks nice. Plate light works. I gotta paint this black just because that looks bad with the 2 big washers there. We're gonna go brakes. So I sped up that modulator there, so it's more, gets your attention more. And then left works out of the left. And right works for right. Got rid of those really big, ugly indicators. Got a nice integrated one for $11, $12. So can't complain about that. It's literally the same exact one that came with this fender eliminator anyway. It's just, it has the indicators integral now, or internal now. So now I also have extra piece here. I could cut this off, but I might want to mount something there. I don't know. So if you guys have any comments, questions, leave them down below. I'll try and get back to you if I see them. My nice rack worked really nicely, really sturdy for the bike. Kickstand's not in the way. I like this whole setup that I made a lot. Well, I made the pegs on the lathe here, but this I bought at an auction. You can see I have video on that too. I did not need to take the plastic off because I remember now, after I rewatched that video, I spliced in like a foot piece of wire for each of the fender, each of the blinker lights. So I did it all under here. I still might wrap this in like some loom or something, but my other setup was like that, and I didn't have anything on it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm about to get this ready for the winter. We might have one more nice day. December 16th, we had a 60-degree day. So I took 2 hours off of work at break time, which is to rode until the sun started going down. So I got some couple hours, and that's actually when I broke this. So, yeah, I got in some nice riding right before just Christmas, basically. And of course, on the weekend, it's now 30 degrees and raining, but you know, we can't have it all. So I'm actually thinking of hanging this in the rafters here at work for the winter season instead of outside. I don't like it outside. The battery certainly doesn't like it outside. We actually hung one of these jet wings. This is a 1960s Fuga fighter jet trainer. And the other wing, I don't know if you can see it, is right there. It's in the rafters. So we used some wire and pulleys to lift it up there. And I'm thinking I can do the same thing with this. 2 straps around there, 1 strap right here. Lift it right up. It'll probably be over in that corner, or it might be over my workbench area. I don't know, but I think it'd be cool. And my dad wants to bring the Hondas in because he has his original NX and then the NX that he bought from me. So he wants to hang those up too. We have a lot of airspace here that we don't use. So that would be nice. I want to also take this rear tire off and have my new one put on, just so I'm not waiting when the when the summer comes. And I might get a new chain because this one's really rusty and loud. So I might get like a blue or a gold O-ring chain. I don't know about that. Sprocket is also looking a little crusty on the teeth. But season 1 of my DRZ is pretty nice. I've done some pretty fun stuff. And I fixed something that I broke, fair enough, but more things to come next season. I'm going to have a lot more miles. Obviously, I put 9,000 miles on it this season, so I'll probably do about the same this coming year. But thanks for watching, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, and if you have any questions, leave them down below, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks for watching.